With head football coach Steve Johnson. Coach, a good win last weekend on a cold day, 42-22 over Augsburg. Talk about your team's performance and what you liked well against what you did against the Augies.
The day was a cold day, and our grounds people just did a great job. The evening before, we have our Friday afternoon practice and kind of run through some things, and then we have a chapel, and it's really cool. And it was snowing like flakes as big as your head, and and then there's these inches piling up, and then you just remember these crazy games that we've had with Augsburg, and one of them in particular didn't work out great, and so it kind of had all that stuff you're thinking about. But
Right.
Our grounds crew, Lance and Josh and those guys, they just did a great job and got the field swept off, and we were able to play, so the no issue at all as far as the field. And then we came out and defensively, we bent but didn't break and did a great job getting a feel for them. They've got an explosive offense or quarterback, and they really kind of, Augsburg, they throw caution to the wind, and so you prepare for all these things and then try to stay within who you are, and that's really important for us all the time. We want to play Bethel football and do those things right, and so even in our character, there were a few times where we got out of character with just some even stuff after the whistle, and that bothered me. That was a part that we need to get better at. We need to be who we are. We need to play our guts out, walk away, and get to what's next. And we addressed that, and I think we got better as the game went on. But we had a couple parts that weren't as good as other things. And what happens is your flow is interrupted, and so that was the only thing that stopped us, because after that we ran the ball well. Sam Gibas was just running really hard, and the offensive line opened up some things, and Jake Marsh got on a roll and was doing great things. And again, Joel Kennecke has just been ridiculous as he's gone on and on. He didn't run one back this week, but he ran a couple past the 50, so I think he's leading the league in that area and just doing a great job, but also as a receiver, and he scored another touchdown. Drew Larson played great at the receiver spot, and so there's kind of a mix there. But I think maybe the biggest story is the defense handling a really explosive Augsburg team.
Well, you talked about it. Augsburg, they have a ton of weapons on offense, but one of the things that you did incredibly well is you kept the ball away from them. You possessed the ball for 37 minutes. Did you know going into the week, we want to really kind of slow down our offense and keep the ball away from them?
Well, we don't want to slow our offense down, but
right.
Slow our pace down maybe a little bit. But we also want to. We always want to do that. We want to run the ball, and sometimes if they're going to pack it in, we're pretty gifted outside to
right.
do those things. But we always want to run the ball and kind of control the clock and the momentum. So part of that is a true thing, that we want to possess the ball against those guys. But I don't think they possess it against anybody, because they're flipping it all around and kind of doing different things. So if we, if they give up the ball after a touchdown or after a 3-and-out, it's a lot different. And so our defense, they did a great job balling them up in our boneyard, that we call it. Coach Parnell's dubbed those guys, and a lot of pride in those guys. But Kilgore's been the player of the week a few weeks in a row, and now Cam Munson jumps into that same thing. And they're just really excited up there, going after the quarterback, getting those things done. They've got some pretty terrific players behind them with Dawson Brown and Trey and Cale Farron and Norling and Tavion Swanson. So it's pretty exciting to watch that defense kind of woof, woof, and they're just they're fun to watch, and so there's a lot of joy in that. And so I think it was a good team effort. It was a deal where we had offense and defense really doing well, and special teams was up and down again. We had a couple things that were not. We need to fix a couple things on special teams, and when something goes really bad, you think, oh no, it's all
right,
and it's not. It's a little thing that we can really handle and fix.
Well, let's talk about Hamlin in closing. They got another really good quarterback, Justice Spriggs, and how do you contain him? Is it another week where you really got to get after that quarterback and contain him on the inside? And how do you be successful on offense against their defense?
We really do. Justice is really a good player, and he can really make some things happen to where. He uses his arm a little bit more. He does run with the ball, but he doesn't just fly all over the place, kind of like Frizzell the week before. But Justice Spriggs, he's got a record for Hamlin's most things and everything, and so he's a guy he's the whole deal. So we're going to get after him. again, they're going to get some yards and those different things, but we need to put pressure on him, be smart back here, just be great fundamentally to handle him and pressure and hold it down to reasonable, and then we're going to run the ball, and we want to be balanced offensively and just play our guts out and kind of send the seniors off with a great win.
Well, that brings me to my last question. Your last game is at home. Obviously, it's always special to play at home. What can you put into this game, and what does it mean for your seniors? What does it mean for you as a coaching staff?
Yeah, we really want every week to be a 1-0 deal, and so whereas we want to honor those seniors and it's a big deal, but every week is about all of us and a little bit of a special thing because we know that they're kind of going out and they've given a lot, and so there's some of that, but really it's another game to where, hey, let's go. We're going to win it for us, not for the seniors, because if we're going to win for the seniors, let's win a different one. You know what I mean? So it's just the seniors they've just put so many great things in, and we're grateful. But they've gotten a lot too, and so it's a celebration more than a morning thing. So
awesome, Coach. Looking forward to a fun one on Saturday against the Pipers at 1:00. All right.
Can't wait.
Thanks.